question was asked, would you be angry at China? Well, the answer might very well be a very resounding yes, but it depends. Was it a mistake that got out of control, or was it done deliberately? Okay, there's a big difference between those two. In either event, they should have let us go in. You know, we asked to go in very early, and they didn't want us in. I think they were embarrassed.
One of the key phrases the president used, and I think if I was in Beijing, I'd be very nervous right now. He said, knowingly responsible. Knowingly responsible. And I think, let's set aside for a second, this is a biological Chernobyl, but let's set aside a second the lab, and did it leak out of the lab with a technician on trying to find a vaccine? Let's leave aside the fact that were they doing gain-of-function experiments there against everybody's knowledge. Let's leave aside for a second whether they have an offensive biological weapons program. That's all going to be investigated. As Pompeo and Senator Cotton says, that's all now being investigated by intelligence services, by the World Health Organizations, etc. Let's go back to knowingly responsible.
Get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, we just put 11 years of radio excellence into the can. Now, in our 12th year, the Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air.
Knowingly responsible. Again, knowingly responsible. The murder of 50,000 Americans, and maybe 1 million or more in the world, without firing a bullet or dropping a bomb. Thus, World War III is started. And the Chinese Communist Party has a choice. Admit their guilt and make it known that they will pay reparations, or risk almost the entire world willing to attack and destroy you, so you won't be tempted to do this again. Ever. As to our domestic enemies who back you, the Democrat Party and the mainstream media, they have shown they cannot control or get rid of President Trump. He will prevail. Why? Because most Americans think like him and yearn for the freedoms. Our capitalist ways, with a little compassionate help for the ill, the unlucky, and the old. Our country has been savaged by this attack, and thus far have willingly given up our legal and constitutional rights. As we find out more and more about the politicization of COVID-19, the ridiculous models predicting 2.2 million American deaths, the experts and Dems advising us to go out and gather for fun when things were dangerous, and now wanting us under their thumbs when it's not. And it's not in much of the country. Americans all over the land overwhelmingly want America to reopen again safely. And to the small group who have attacked us, the Chinese Communist Party. The consequences for you will be disastrous if you don't give full disclosure and honest revelations. You will pay one way or the other. Or am I wrong? Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. My name is Dave Weinbaum, your host. I'm here with radio legend and the owner of this station, so I have to watch my P's and Q's. And that's none other than, what's your name again? Steve Wheeler. Yes. Hi, Steve. Good morning.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. What are you, Elvis? Elvis, thank you very much. And my lovely wife, Lisa Ann Strauser Weinbaum. Hi, honey. How you doing today? Into the mic.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. I said hi, honey, and you say hi, Dave.
That's all I can muster.
Oh, she's in a bad mood today. I don't know why. I'm sure it was me somehow. She said it's not me though, right?
No,
She
it's
didn't
always
disagree
you.
with you.
Well, wait a minute. This morning you said it wasn't me. Now it's me. Did
Well,
you get on the radio?
It's indirectly you.
It's indirectly me. Oh gosh, I don't know how to deal with this.
Comes
It's
with
better than a
marriage.
direct hit.
Right.
I think I have to.
To the
I
body.
have to go and hibernate some more.
All right.
You know. And we have a caller. I have no idea who this is, JJ. But what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is JJ from beautiful sunny Rolla, Missouri.
All right, he's a little. I can't hear him very well. I think we need our volume up a tad. Thank you. And gee,
Is
don't
this
we have a
better?
song for JJ? I think so.
Can you hear me now?
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you.
I love that.
Everybody. We will rock you. Doolittle, let's hear it.
Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday.
Branson.
You got blood on your face, you big
It's not exactly country, but it'll do. Come on, get with it.
We
will rock you. All right.
sing it now.
JJ, what is under that tinfoil hat of yours this morning?
Well, let's start with the economy, Dave. I think we all should be a little concerned about that. Our buddies in the Middle East, the Saudis, have decided to flood the market with oil. And I think there's an ulterior motive there. I think they're trying to wipe out all of our oil shale production. I was doing some reading last night, and West Texas Intermediate crude was selling for $14 a barrel. It takes about $29 at the wellhead to produce it, so they're upside down by 100%.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see in the near future, and probably going out for a couple of years, our United States oil production has taken a terrible, terrible hit over this thing, and I haven't heard anybody bailing them out.
Well,
I
they're
have
supposed
friends
to
in the
be.
oil field.
But are you
I
sure
want-
this is just the Saudis, or is it a lack of worldwide demand? Nobody's driving around anymore. The cruise
Well, of
ships
course
aren't
it's
going. The
demand.
planes aren't going. Fuel is not being used.
But at a time of low demand, you typically shut your production down or cut it back.
Well,
The
they
Saudis
will.
instead flooded the market.
All right.
So there's some political stuff going on here, international politics, that I'm a bit concerned about. I once worked in the oil field. I have friends in the oil field, and there's layoffs going on right, left, and upside down.
Yeah.
And a lot of the small oil field service companies are going bankrupt. They don't have enough margin to survive all of this.
Right. And a
that
lot more
concerns
will.
me greatly.
Yeah.
A lot more. Having said that, our House and their infinite wisdom, $484 billion bailout to try to keep the economy afloat. And what aggravates me so much about that is that Comrade Pelosi and Comrade Schumer drug their feet for 2 weeks, fooling around, trying to pry Donald Trump into giving up some socialist garbage that they wanted to throw in there.
Oh, they wanted new voting rights. All sorts
mail-in
of stuff.
ballots. Yeah,
Had nothing to
I
do
can
with
hardly
this.
wait.
Well, people out there, the average American small businessman and their employees were literally starving or on the edge of bankruptcy. This is what the Democrats did.
That shows you their true stripes. We got an election coming up under 200 days now, and we need to throw these people out, and we need to keep them out permanently. Their communist, socialist agenda does nothing good for this country. And having said that, states like California, Illinois, New York, New Jersey are now starting to politic for state bailouts.
Yep.
Now, if you look at these states, they're Democrat-run and have been for generations.
Right.
And their pension funds, in particular, are way, way upside down, funded at about
Very good
5%
point.
of demand. So these folks have managed this thing traditionally so very badly, and now they're going to use an economic crisis to say, "Hey, you got to come bail us out."
Right.
Well, even if the feds turned around and bailed them out, and I pray that they do not, what these people will do will take that money and throw it down the socialist rat hole.
It'll disappear almost overnight.
Yes. It will go into pockets, and it will never be used for its intended purposes. That aggravates me about as much as anything that I've had aggravate me this week. Now, you mentioned our liberties.
Yes.
Those of us who are responsible individuals have agreed tacitly to have some of our liberties suspended temporarily as a result of this crisis, so-called crisis.
Yes.
There's a bunch of Dems out there that want to make that permanent.
Oh, yeah.
And if they are looking, some of my more radical acquaintances say this is at the edge of a revolution. I don't quite see it that dire, but it could come to that. Better open this country back up. Better
I would
get
agree.
rid of these restrictive laws. In particular, mayors and some county commissioners elsewhere, thankfully, in this country, have proved themselves to be little Hitlers as a result of this, and they too need to be voted out. They need to be sent to wherever people go, where they never are seen again.
Excellent point. This is, and we're going to be talking about this with Cheryl Chumley coming up later today. These people have shown their hands. They have shown what given a little bit of extra power will do. I don't know any Republicans who are doing it like this. But these people are out of their minds. They're telling people
indeed.
in Michigan they can't go to their own property in the Upper Peninsula while letting people in Chicago and Indiana, out-of-staters go up to their properties in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's
that
crazy.
Michigan governor is likely to be tossed out at the next election. She has become wildly unpopular.
Maybe she'll become Biden's VP. They were talking about that.
Oh, my God. Speaking of that, Stacey Abrams is politicking very hard. To become
I would
his
love
VP.
to see that, wouldn't you?
Talk about turning the asylum inmates loose. Good grief.
Boy, you're not kidding.
I got one last thing, Dave.
Yes, sir.
I got a nice note from Joe Dalton, and the Pregnancy Resource Center has met their goal even without a banquet. I am so thrilled about that.
I can't
what a
believe
great
how great the people are that contributed it to the banquet in this time when they couldn't even hold the banquet. And they all came through, and what a great thing that is.
That was truly an amazement for me, and I couldn't be more pleased. Dave, I'm done. God bless you.
Well,
Keep
God
on
bless
rocking,
you,
my friend.
JJ. Thank you so much for your great opening act on the Dave Weinbaum Show. And it ain't no act, ladies and gentlemen. The man is 251 years old, and he has the wisdom to show it. All right,
God bless
thanks.
you, Dave.
God bless you.
Thanks, JJ, for your
And
contribution.
that makes me. I feel a lot better now that I'm through the opening and through the. Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. But now I think we should. I feel like I need to reflect a little bit on some Sicilian moment that we have there.
I put the pay in patriarch Forget about it.
Patriarch, pay off, whatever it takes. You like to have your kids do well. You like to have whatever you got to do with the building contractor, and the government officials. Not that I would do anything like that. I got people. So, and you know what I tell them? I tell them, forget about it. Okay. All right, we're gonna do a break right now because we love our sponsors. Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Price Chopper and Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper and Rolla.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Keep walking, keep on your toes, and don't stop talking about freedom.
January 26th. Fauci reiterated the virus is, quote, very, very low risk to the United States. I'm not attacking Dr. Fauci. He was working with Chinese lies as spread by the World Health Organization. Then, of course, I had him on my show on January 27th. 2 days later, you had people like BuzzFeed publishing a headline, "Don't worry about the coronavirus, worry about the flu." Oh, CNN was saying that on March the 4th. We'll get to that. January 31st, Vox tweeted, "Is this going to be a deadly pandemic?" No. Same day, Washington Post published a piece with the headline, "How Our Brains Make Coronavirus Seem Scarier Than It Is." Now, the president, he doesn't seek the advice, thankfully, from the Washington Post, the media mob, Vox, any of them, because 10 days after the first case emerged in this country, your president, President Donald J. Trump, made the boldest decision to ban travel to and from China.
Do you know what we're in right now? Think about it. No fuel. Government pays you a lot of money to sit at home. The meat supply is well, it's kind of sketchy at this point because they're starting to close a lot of these pork plants, and the supply chain is off the rail just a tad. You know what we're in right now, Steve? We're right in the middle of the new Green Deal.
Wow.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And AOC is out there cheering it on, saying, you guys who are let go, don't go back to your jobs. Stay at home, collect a check. Bernie is thrilled. This is what socialism is like, where the government can tell you what to do, where to go, and keep their thumbs on you, and they can extend it. They have these drones out looking for people that get a little too close.
Right.
And they shout out, move away from the other person, move away. I mean, holy cow. They have drones following people. By the way, this is against the law. It is against the law for these entities to do that. It's one thing for us to go in voluntarily. It's another thing for them to impose upon us when we don't volunteer. And we're going to be talking a lot about that. I got the Rabbi. Got a great show coming up. I got the Rabbi coming on shortly, about 9:30. I got Cheryl Chumley about 10. Let's see, who else do I have? I've got Loomer. She's coming on. And DeAnna, Lorraine. And she'll be on at 11. You know, the gal that was retweeted by Donald Trump, and it was international news. Going back to Laura, she had a great article in the Post. You can go to Dave Weinbaum, that's a New York Post, about how she might just win in her district in Florida. And who retweeted the story? Because she doesn't have Twitter anymore. She was banned from it. President Donald J. Trump. So two gals in a row who have been somehow retweeted by the President of the United States. How many of you out there have been retweeted by the President of the United States? I know I have not. And I don't know why not. And then we have Liz Cabrera out of Miami. She's coming on at 11:30. And you should see what Twitter has done to her. They have decimated her. Decimated. All right, well, we're going to do that, and I think we're going to do another break. But before the break, I would like to hear from Larry David on Mel Brooks.
When I first heard the 2,000-year-old man, I was laughing so hard my father came into my room and turned off the record player. I never knew a person could be that funny. And from the very first time I heard that album, from that moment on, I said to myself, I can never, ever be a comedian. What is the point? So Mel Brooks didn't get me into comedy. He kept me away from it. I wasted years doing nothing because of him. No job, living at home, lying on the couch watching Shindig. My parents were beside themselves. They cried themselves to sleep every night. He killed them. He killed my parents, that little Jew bastard.
All right. Why should I laugh at little Jew bastard? Well, I guess it's like the N-word, you know. It's, you can, if you're using it for funny or whatever. I don't know. No excuse on that, Lori. No, I should come out badly and strongly against that. But I'm not. Anyways, call the show. We're going to take another break right now. Call the show. 573-364-4433. Got the Rabbi next. Get it off your chest.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel and Henry Company. Daniel and Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel and Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Dear people who haven't had a Big Mac, who saw millions of people enjoying something and said, no thanks. We're not giving up on you, because today is a new day. A day for a burger that has a bun in the middle because it can. A day for a sauce so special they put it on there twice. A day for McDonald's most McDonald's burger. So go, because today's your day for a Big Mac.
Now available in 3 sizes, including the new Little Mac and Double Big Mac burgers at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community born, community raised, community serving.
Lavish Day Spa is the place to get rid of all your stress and worries. We are a full-service spa and salon. I myself specialize in deep tissue massages. My favorite client is my father, Dave Weinbaum. Call 364-0905 to set your relief from pain and strain. That number again is 364-0905. Lavish Day Spa.
Reality check number 36. Shouldn't your personal banker know you, well, personally? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. The first thing we do is get to know you. Are you a planner or a last-second guy? Have a house full of crazy kids or an empty nest? We aren't just your banker. We're your neighbor who helps with money. We might even spring for a cup next time we see you in the coffee shop. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Imagine a choice hand-cut steak seasoned with special spices, grilling over mesquite wood. At Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, it's not just imagination. We do this every day at Colton's. We also offer chicken, seafood, sandwiches, and salads, and our homemade yeast rolls. And it happens in the most fun Western-style restaurant you'll ever set foot in. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
Hi, I'm Pat Tackett, broker for VIP Properties with offices in Salem and Houston. We welcome you to stop by one of our offices and visit. If you have any questions regarding real estate with buying or selling, all agents with VIP Properties will be happy to help you with your interest. We have a wide selection of listings with residential, farms, commercial, recreational, even a few live water properties. In Houston, call 417-967-8888 or Salem 573-729-7622. Thanks and stop by.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Keep walking, keep on your toes, and don't stop talking about freedom.
And let's be precise. This is not the Chinese people, and this is not China. The Chinese people, the decent, hardworking people of China, are the single biggest victims here. This is about the Chinese Communist Party, and they are knowingly responsible for what happened. This is an act of commission. They knew, as a matter of fact, no later than the last week of December of 2019, they knew they had human-to-human transmission and community spread. The Free Chinese and the Republic of Taiwan, the Republic of China and Taiwan, notified the World Health Organization on January 31st. One of my broadcasting partners, Miles Grove, broadcasted on the 31st about human-to-human transmission. Most importantly, the great martyr of this process in China, Dr. Li, and his colleagues in Wuhan, the doctors were on WeChat telling everybody, get ready, we have human-to-human transmission. They're coming into the hospitals now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man used to travel the world uniting Christians, Jews, and blacks. Now he plays Mr. Rabbi Mom to his 4 kids. The official rabbi to Missouri and the Dave Weinbaum Show. Please welcome, all the way from Efrat, Israel, Rabbi Moshe Rothchild.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird.
Okay, I guess I got the introduction backwards, but it's been so long since I talked to this man. Who are you, anyways? And what happened to you last week? How is this my fault? You made me feel so guilty about last week. Only, are you sure that Jews and Catholics aren't alike? There's so much guilt here. What? I can't hear you now.
Yeah, got a bad connection.
Hey, Rabbi, can you talk real quick? You got to call back. I can't hear you. Call me back.
I think that was self-imposed. I hardly said a word.
Call me back.
Okay.
All right.
Stop yelling at him now.
Huh? Why not? Listen, he's probably used to it. His wife probably yells at him, and so yeah, I bet you heard that too.
Okay,
right, so
let's
call
hope
back.
So.
I hope.
Let's hope so.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure he'll realize we're not on the line anymore.
I mean, so now that's probably my fault too. Mm-hmm. The phone didn't work. Mm-hmm. All right. Somehow that's my fault. I know it is. I mean, I feel guilty.
You should.
Okay, was that my fault?
Is that better?
Yes.
A lot.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Just speak up a little louder. You'll be fine. All right. Hey,
country is on the internet. Everybody's on Netflix. And I'm calling from a computer line, so it's hard to get through.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you were on time. Congratulations. So why the guilt trip on me? Why was this my fault?
A little late, I think.
What's that?
I said you were a little late. I was on hold.
Yeah, for about 15 seconds. Oh, come on. Oh, my God.
Well,
complain. So welcome back anyways. If I had known, I'm not exactly a great Jew that knows everything about the holidays, right? So I'm not
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh, no, it's true. So I didn't know, and I think I prayed for God's forgiveness. I don't know if He's forgiven me, but
right.
I'm sure you haven't. Anyways,
right.
So yeah, right. See,
Rabbi, I once asked Dave if he was a practicing Jew, and he said, "No, I'm just good at it."
Yeah, right. That's not exactly true, but okay, we'll go with that. This is Pick on Dave Day, so you go ahead, Rabbi. Hit it where it hurts.
Go for it.
Hey, Gantz apparently gives in. Bibi is prime minister still. What does the future look like under this deal?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. They signed this unity agreement. They're calling it quote unquote an emergency government. And which is, you have to understand the politics. When they call it an emergency government, that's Gantz covering his you-know-what, because he doesn't want it to look like he, quote-unquote, gave in to Netanyahu. he wants to paint himself like he's a great hero because of the great emergency going on with the coronavirus. He therefore agreed to Netanyahu's terms. So that way in the future, when or if that government falls apart, he can say, oh, he only did it as an emergency, not to lose his backers who said he capitulated. And Netanyahu is doing the same thing, calling an emergency government, for the same reason. But according to the agreement, Netanyahu will remain prime minister for the next year and a half, and then they rotate, and Gantz will become prime minister. That was one of the major features, which in my opinion will never happen. I think the government will fall well before Gantz will ever see the premiership. I don't think Netanyahu would let that happen. He is one of the most politically astute politicians anywhere in the world, and he can always he manages within the law to get what he wants. And I don't think Gantz will ever become prime minister, but that is the feature of the agreement.
So he's a lot like Trump in that way, isn't he? I mean, he's been indicted, hasn't he?
He has been indicted. The trial's been pushed off to May because of the coronavirus. It was supposed to start in March. But again, his supporters, echo what's the truth in any democracy, that you're innocent until proven guilty. Indictment doesn't mean guilt. It just means that there'll be a trial. And while he is under indictment right now in the law, he can still remain prime minister. There are threats from the opposition who say they want to try to pass a law saying anyone under indictment cannot form a government. We'll see if that happens. It doesn't look like the Supreme Court would do that. But like America, the Supreme Court sometimes can be very active. And if they step up and they say that Netanyahu cannot be prime minister, that's going to be, I think things will just go crazy here.
So how's the Mr. Mom or Mr. Rabbi Mom? It's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it, Mr. Rabbi Mom?
I just pretty much keep extending recess for my kids. I think it's reversed now. We do about 15 minutes of learning. The rest of the day, I just give them recess. It's a lot easier.
So 15 used to be the whole day you spent like in schoolwork, and you used to suspend them, and you even suspended yourself. Now it's nothing. Do they have any online school?
Yeah, there's some stuff online, but I'm a little concerned that my wife's going to fire me from my job. So,
well, where the hell you got to go? You can't go out of the house, so you can just lay around eating all day, eating kosher bonbons all day.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Are you getting a little antsy to get out there and do tours and to come to the States and kvetch to everybody in the world here?
Quite honestly, I'm going crazy. But Dave, I've done 2 very successful online courses for Christians. I'm in the middle of one right now, and I'm getting a massive following. I had one the other day. I had 1,000 people on my tour, my virtual tour.
Cool.
I taught Hebrew reading for Christians. I've been teaching now the secrets of the Hebrew Bible to Christians. So I've been doing a lot, to be honest with you, virtually, which I think even when this is over, that'll become a big part of this. I realized that I could reach mass numbers through the internet, through Zoom. And that's been a big eye-opener from this whole thing.
So on another subject, Trump orders Iranian boats that harass U.S. warships blown up in the Persian Gulf. How does this affect Israel?
Well, first of all, let me just say I applaud him for such a thing. How does it affect Israel? It can only work to our benefit because Iran is the biggest destabilizing country in the region, and the only thing that they understand is when someone stands up to them. They wishy-washiness like the Obama administration and dealing with anyone here in the Middle East without a very solid backbone is not going to get you anywhere. So Trump's statement this week, I think, was the right move. It's going to benefit the United States. It will benefit Israel and all the peace-loving countries of the world when the good people know that they got to stand up to these guys.
And almost simultaneously to this, there was a missile launch that launched a satellite for Iran which was banned by the UN. Now, this couldn't be anything good, could it?
Yeah, I did see that. You know what? I think they're trying to sneak under the cover of the coronavirus when the world is kind of distracted and trying to get away with things that otherwise would be really front and center in the news.
Palestinian TV, El Aqsa. Now that's the mosque on the mount, right? El Aqsa is more precious than your children. This is Palestinian TV talking to Palestinians. El Aqsa is more precious than your children. Your thoughts?
It reminds me once of what our Prime Minister Golda Meir once said, that peace will come when they love their children more than they hate us. And here's another example. Their children doesn't seem to be a priority with statements like that. I mean, who in the world doesn't put their children before anything, and to publicly on TV to make a statement like that is really it's outrageous, and it's no wonder that peace seems to be unachievable right now in the region, because until we start re-education of the masses from the Palestinian textbooks on up, from what they start learning from their kids, these kinds of things are going to absolutely prevent any kind of possibility of peace here.
Rabbi, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute?
They can go to my website, IsraelAlliance.org, IsraelAlliance.org.
Rabbi, did you hear about the fish that fixed instruments?
Let me guess, he was a tuna fish?
He was a piano tuna.
Oh.
That a boy. So you kind of got it. Hey. All right. Thank you, Rabbi. You Shabbat Shalom. And hi to you on eating the kids. And, get ready. Get busy with that laundry, all right?
Yeah. I'm on it. Got my best man on it right away.
Make the socks match. And fold them. Do you know how to fold?
Fold?
Yeah, fold the clothes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure you do. Maybe it's a Jewish thing. I don't know. We don't fold.
Yeah.
We don't fold. That's we were just talking about that in the break. We don't know how to fold. Now, Steve here folds everything. Oh, my God. It's terrible. Anyways, thanks, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, he wasn't as whiny as I thought he would be, but it's all right. And so because we have the rabbi on, I think we need, number 3, Tim Allen and Hillary. Hit it.
I'm late. I got to get going.
You're not late.
I'm late if I want to get to work as early as I usually get there.
Oh, you know what, honey? Hillary Clinton was a Goldwater girl in 1964.
So? Satan used to work for God. What's your point?
All right, so call the show. We're going to take a break right now. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
Your loved one may have lived an amazing life, inspiring family, friends, and everyone he or she met. And now you're wondering, how do we celebrate this amazing life? This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Whether funeral wishes have already been planned in advance or the arrangements are left up to the family, the professional staff at Null & Son will guide you through this difficult time. When you have questions, call or stop by Null & Son Funeral Home.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Keep walking, keep on your toes, and don't stop talking about freedom.
By the way, he got nothing but criticism, racism, xenophobia, fear-mongering, hysteria. This decisive action, though, 10 days after the first case, it bought us time. It saved us from an immeasurable amount of suffering. The mob and the media, they were outraged. Fake news, CNN accusing the president of using the coronavirus to spread fear and racism and xenophobia. I told you, they're just echoing quid pro quo Joe. Washington Post, early February, their headline was this: why we should be wary of an aggressive government response to coronavirus. February 4th, what was Nancy Pelosi doing? Remember, she was doing the little pre-tears. Then she could have her public, temper tantrum, preordained, of course, for the President's State of the Union address. For the cameras, by the way, the President that night was talking about COVID-19. She was busy ripping.
All right. Yeah, she was ripped. How about that? Hi there. I guess this is Joe. Where are you calling from, Joe?
Rolla.
Rolla, okay. Well, what can I do for you today?
The Federal Reserve needs to go, and so does the IRS. They're stealing trillions of dollars and not being held accountable for anything.
All right, how are you going to accomplish that, Joe?
Well, it's rebuilding the government.
Yeah.
They only pay for the paper and the ink. There's a good book online, Mr. Weinbaum. It's called Behold the Pale Horse. The gentleman that wrote it was shot. He was in naval intelligence for 8 years. It's loaded with good information.
Okay, what is it? One more time. I'll let you plug it. Did you write this book?
No. No, the gentleman that wrote it is dead.
Oh, the gentleman that wrote it is dead. All right,
yes,
so...
he was in naval intelligence for 8 years. He had a crypto clearance. It's above top secret.
Wow.
Those stimulus bills,
yeah.
Nancy Pelosi's trying to slip 5717 in. It is a massive king of gun grabber bills.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. All right, you're probably right. I don't know. We know we got really bad stuff in our government. Much more now than we did, let's say, even like 3 or 4 years ago. Who knew the corruption in the FBI, the DOJ? I certainly didn't know it went to that level. Huh?
Revolving door politicians, term after term, need to go. Like Biden, I don't even know what he's bother running for.
Well, apparently he's running for president, but he's a little shaky, I'd say. Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. You have a great weekend, and thanks. Call me again on the show, and let me know what else you're thinking about. All right? Thank you. Okay. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Adolf.
Adolf, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Just absolutely great.
What's going on?
Here's something to ponder. Now, if you think about it, the average flu victim, or just about any other virus, you go to the doctor's office, they take a swab, we're not sure, they take a blood test, and within 15 minutes, they know exactly what you got.
Right.
So, but they couldn't do this with whatever this China, I haven't come up with a good name for it.
COVID-19, coronavirus.
How about the Kung Flu flu?
Well, yeah, that. It's the Wuhan virus. We know it's from China, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, yeah, I said it. It's from China. All the press was saying that. All the press, it's from Wuhan. It's Chinese. It's Wuhan. And then all of a sudden they got a memo from somebody that said you can't call that from China. So then they started screaming and yelling at the president. And said, how dare you? That's racist and xenophobic. I never knew there was a word called xenophobic. Did you?
No.
No. So, okay, go ahead, Adolf.
Well, if you think about that, then why didn't they know, and doctors know this, test everybody. Once you decided you don't got it, you can free to roam around however you wish, and then quarantine the ones that are supposed to be.
You quarantine the ones that are carriers, and then the ones that you found out had the disease but were never tested, that never went to the hospital but are now cured, you get them to contribute your blood, or their blood, because of the antibodies.
Yeah.
And
we all know what this is leading to. The Democrats are praying and hoping that the economy is ruling for Trump.
Oh, of course. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. All right. Well, how's Joanne?
Joanne is doing absolutely great, just like me.
Well, I'm glad you're doing great, because I know you had a little problem with your throat last time. But
yeah. Well, a little antibiotic. The trouble with antibiotics is they kind of destroy the bacteria in your system, so you get constipated.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, then you take a probiotic such as yogurt.
Okay, well, I don't think we need to go there. There's been enough of that on this show. Believe me. All right. Thanks. Hi to Joanne. All right. Thank you, Adolf.
Yeah, have a great one.
You too. And I think, Adolf, we need to follow him with something. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, this is great. Can we do what you just said?
What I just said?
No.
What you just said. Yes.
5.
Yeah. What you just said. Sure, we can do
skip
that.
one. I didn't mean to throw you off.
I didn't say anything.
Now it's for what you just said. Now it's for you.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I just thought it was time for that. Who knows who I'm talking about? I don't know who I'm talking about. I could be the rabbi for all you know. I would never say that to his face. Well, that's why I played a little bit here. Anyways, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a break. Then we got Cheryl Chumley coming up. This should be fun. She hasn't been on for a couple weeks. She's been ducking me. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area, with a full-service deli, bakery, and Butcher Cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, Food Equipment Repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Dear people who haven't had a Big Mac, who saw millions of people enjoying something and said, no thanks. We're not giving up on you, because today is a new day. A day for a burger that has a bun in the middle because it can. A day for a sauce so special they put it on there twice. A day for McDonald's most McDonald's burger. So go, because today's your day for a Big Mac.
Now available in 3 sizes, including the new Little Mac and Double Big Mac burgers at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it. But that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
At Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, we're here to help with the Chevy Cares program. Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months on an all-new 2019 and 2020 Chevy Silverado 1500s, plus no payment for 120 days with GM financing. Also, we can work your entire vehicle deal online, and we can deliver to your door. That's right. Don't want to get out? No problem. For Phelps County residents, we'll come to you. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza online or at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla. Chevy, find new roads.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
It was December 10th, one of the earliest known coronavirus patients falling ill in Wuhan, China. And you're right, the doctor raises the alarm on the coronavirus on December 30th. What happens then, Steve? He gets arrested. He's dead now, as you know, from coronavirus.
Well, he's arrested. He's also tortured. His family is put under surveillance, and they force him to sign a document that says he's a rumor monger, that these are lies, that there's not human-to-human transmission. The Chinese Communist Party at the highest level, that is President Xi and Wang Qishan, knowingly understood they had human-to-human transmission. We also know now from Scott Gottlieb and also from a report by a Chinese doctor at Southampton University in the United Kingdom, that if they had acted like any human being would act, decent human, if they had acted as late as the last week of December, 95% of all of this would not have happened.
95% of all this would not have happened if they had just leveled with us. That's called intent. And who? Not the band. Who? World Health Organization, Tedros, just got another $30 million from China for lying for them. All right, I'm pretty sure I know who this is. And although, it's been a couple weeks, so I might have forgotten her name, but there's no way I would forget her. Let's play her song, please.
I paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share and kicks in my face, but I've come through. And I need to go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Washington Times online editor, speaker, author, Novak journalism fellow, and the media goddess to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Let's hear it for Cheryl Chumley. It's tough to get enough noise when you got the social distancing. How you doing, Cheryl?
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Oh, great. Missed you on the show a couple times, but I know you're a busy person.
Well, it's great to be back.
Well, great to have you back. I must say, your inclinations were, and always are, for the most part, better than mine. Now that the curve has flattened in most places, what's stopping us from carefully reopening America?
Yeah, that's the question, right? And it's a question I've been asking actually for over a month. And, I've taken some heat from that from people who've written, let's be safe. And it's all about protecting other people, not just yourself. But here we are in a position where government has really stretched its tentacles, and now they're reluctant to retract them. And it's up to American citizens to insist on their government going back to some sort of sane, rational, constitutional type of governance. I think the tipping point, in my view, was a couple weeks ago, but I'm glad that other Americans are waking up to this and they're starting protests. This is civil disobedience that is long warranted, in my view.
Well, tell us specifically how Democratic governors like your governor, Northam, and Michigan Governor Whitmer tip their hands on the direction of the Dem Party. And please contrast that to Governor Kemp, who even the president says you're going too far too soon.
Yeah, well, okay, first off, I am applauding Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia. And I'll tell why in a second. Because if you compare that to Whitmer, Governor Whitmer of Michigan, and Governor Northam of Virginia, where I'm at, they're just taking this coronavirus issue and using it to best political advantage. And honestly, people could see this coming, right? Democrats have held this long-time belief, never let a crisis go to waste. And what Whitmer has done is just gone above and beyond the stay-at-home orders to make it difficult for even citizens to purchase gardening supplies while simultaneously deeming abortions and abortion clinics essential services. So, coronavirus doesn't go into abortion clinics, but it goes into Home Depot in the gardening section. That defies logic. And then Northam has taken it on himself in the Democrat-run state now to pass gun control crackdowns. The very same legislation that people in Virginia here a couple months ago rallied around Richmond to protest and quieting the Democrats' push of these gun controls. Now they've taken coronavirus and used it to pass gun control. So meanwhile, go south and look at what Governor Kemp is doing in Georgia, and he's saying enough already. Our numbers show that the sane approach to dealing with coronavirus now is to open up businesses, and not just, the big box businesses that have been allowed to stay open all the time. Walmart, Target, all these businesses have they've probably doubled their revenues in recent weeks because it's the small businesses who've had to close. So Kemp is saying, let's open fitness centers, let's open haircut,
tattoo places too now. That's where
right.
President criticized
you know what?
them.
Good,
Yeah,
good
right.
for that. Because people know how to take care of themselves. People don't
Exactly.
need the government to tell them to wear a mask or stay home if they feel sick. They're quite capable of determining that on their own.
Well, we found out in retrospect how much the government and how much the press and how much the medical field lied to us. They lied about the deaths, they lied about the models, or they were totally inept. And when it was safe to be out, they told us to stay in, and when it wasn't safe to be out, they told us to go out and mingle. So they've been wrong on just about everything. And yet the president was the one all alone who stopped China travel to and from. What do you think?
Well, I would say Americans ought to be ticked off right now. First off, I think the government wasn't just wrong.
You know why
the
I'm ticked
lied.
off, Cheryl? You know why I'm ticked off?
Why
Because you're always smarter than me. You're always one step ahead of me, and that ticks me off. I try to keep up, and I get slammed down every single time. When it was Trump, it was you. You picked him first. I was a couple weeks later. All right, on this one, I didn't understand the church thing. I still don't quite understand it, but you were ahead of me. It's it's terrible. I'm still going to fight, but you know what? It's predictable now that you're going to win.
Well,
anyways, that's enough of me.
It's not a win for when all of America is seeing our Constitution just completely crash and burned right now. It really
Absolutely.
is. It's a sad time.
Yep.
Can you detail to me why, in the first place, Trump recruited and hired and now have kept Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx?
Okay, Dr. Birx, I'm not sure, but Dr. Fauci has served in 6 administrations, so he's been a long-time fixture in the White House advising on medical issues. And I have no problem with either of these medical professionals giving advisements. I do have a problem with them taking over the national stage and their advisements become orders once they trickle down into the local governments. And I think, you know, Dave, that I'm a big fan of President Trump.
Right.
I support him. I like him. But on this, he has just been too far conceding to these medical professionals. And I think I mentioned on a show we had that we chatted on a few weeks ago that I think part of the reason is Trump is a germaphobe. Trump is ultra sensitive to the idea of germs spreading and people getting sick. So that has made him lose a little bit of his political compass on this coronavirus issue and give too much power and influence to these medical bureaucrats, because that's what they are. And if you look at the numbers, the first red flag for Americans should have been common sense first. You know, viruses come and go, and one of the ways that people develop resistance to viruses is by being out and about and exposed to them, where their natural antibodies develop and fight. Okay, so that's common sense. If people get sick, people always get sick, and people are able to fight off sicknesses through their own natural body defenses. But the real big red flag should have come when it was computer modeling that was given as the cause for all these shutdowns. Computer modeling is the exact same thing that the climate change alarmists use to justify all their crackdowns. So that should have been the next big flag. And I think President Trump he gave too much of a national platform, and he still is giving too much of a national platform to these medical bureaucrats who may, from a medical perspective, be looking at coronavirus as the way to save people, but they're not taking into account the economy, the Constitution, things that matter for the long term of America.
Yeah, and the long-term health is not helped by this. by their constantly chipping away at our rights and trying to keep us all like prisoners in our own homes. Let me ask you this. It's been reported by you and others that doctors and hospitals have intentionally inflated COVID-19 deaths when it could have been a result of other causes. Why are they doing this?
Well, first off, that's not a conspiracy. That is, in fact, what they're doing. The hospitals around the nation, the administrators, are being advised and recommended by federal authorities that if somebody dies in their care, that if they test positive for coronavirus, then it's a death due to coronavirus. So those numbers are suspicious. But the real reason the numbers are suspicious is because the CDC, the federal health officials, a few weeks ago advised that hospitals and clinics around the nation in all the states should put delays on doing elective surgeries. Now, that's the bread and butter of hospitals and clinics, right? Doing elective surgeries. Right. That's how they make their money. So that advisement trickled down into the vast majority of states to then turn around and issue executive orders outright closing clinics, closing outpatient surgical places, and telling hospitals, ordering hospitals to stop doing elective surgeries to make room for predicted coronavirus patients. So where do hospitals get their money? Well, the federal government just passed these stimulus bills giving hospitals around the nation billions of dollars to pay for their supposed coronavirus patients. That's the only way they're getting money now. It puts the hospitals in a position of having to report coronavirus cases to justify taking these stimulus dollars. So in its simplest terms, the more coronavirus cases that hospitals can report, the more money they can get from the federal government. And you can't completely even blame hospitals because they've been ordered to stop doing the money-making surgeries that they would normally do. So it's this cycle that is crashing and burning not just our Constitution, but our healthcare system as well.
Absolutely. Well, this is broken. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I was just...
Completely.
Yeah. I mean, how it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy and it's wrong. I mean, how are we supposed to get the statistics right on what the death rate is of the COVID virus itself? How are we going to figure out who the carriers are? That's really important. And who the ones that never had a test, that never went to the hospital, but had the virus and survived it, that have all these antibodies that we need. We can't do that if we keep doing this.
The cycle? The more numbers that the hospitals then report, the more the media and the health bureaucrats say, look at all the coronavirus cases that are rising.
Yeah,
so
we need to stay
we're
home.
in this free fall.
Yeah. Hey, are we at war with China?
We should be. I mean, I'm tired of Congress saying that, you know what, we have to come back and hit China hard on starting this whole coronavirus crisis. Yeah, and they discuss all these various ways that America can take the lead on the global scale and hit back hard at China for stirring all these troubles up. And yet nothing's really coming out of Congress. I mean, I know there have been some bills introduced.
Well, let's say you were President Chumley, which I could see, by the way. What would you do? President Chumley, respectfully, what would you do in this case?
Well, first off, China should not have control of anything dealing with America's medicines. So we need to pull back on that. We should not be in the position of being vulnerable to and dependent on China to provide our medical treatments, okay? And second off, we need to pull back on manufacturing in China. I mean, let's hit them hard in the purse strings because they're the ones that cause this trouble. Let's bring back all these manufacturing businesses and outsourcing that we do for China and put them in America, which will help, coincidentally, jumpstart this economy that is just completely being devastated right now. So that's just two quick things we can do.
What about an actual shooting war?
Well, I don't know if
President
we want to
Chumley.
attack China.
You don't have to answer that. I know it's top secret.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would I want to tip my hand?
It's classified. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I say we just take the financial.
Yeah.
We take these two financial measures first because Americans need to have an economic solution and quickly.
All right. Well said. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
At WashingtonTimes.com or, of course, on my own website, CherylChumley.com.
You know, I was going to tell you a joke about COVID-19, but I didn't think you'd get it. Ladies and gentlemen, President-to-be, President Cheryl Chumley. You just got promoted on this show. How's that? All right. Thank you so much for, once again, being the wizard of media and the goddess of media on the Dave Weinbaum Show. Have a great weekend and go out and have some fun.
Oh, you too. Have
Thanks.
a great one. Thank you,
Cheryl. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty. That's I love interviewing this woman. She's really good.
Man, she's smart.
Really smart. She
That
was.
was
I forgot to mention
There
she
you
was
go.
on the Ingraham angle. Laura Ingraham a couple weeks ago. She did a great job on there, and she's just a great gal. You know what I want to play right now, and I know I'm screwing you up like usual, but we talked about germs, getting out there, and having germs. We have to be out there to get antibodies, to get these things fixed. If we're hiding in our houses, we don't get the nutrients that we need to fight these germs. So I'd like you to play number 12, George Carlin, Germs, please.
What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing, germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from in this country? Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu. And Americans they panic easily, so now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs. It's ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol. It's true. It's true.
Okay, now, that's from the 90s or something, I think.
Absolutely.
I wonder what he died of. I hope it wasn't germs.
I can't recall.
Yeah, I meant to look that up the other day. He died from germs. that would be on his tombstone. Guess what he died from? From germs. George Carlin, he died from germs. Too many germs. Anyways, back on the show, and I said that again. I hate saying that. Anyways, I was completing a sentence when this happened. WHO, that's World Health Organization, they're the ones that lied for China. They're supposed to be the World Organization, not the Chinese Communist propaganda arm. They're supposed to be out there telling the world what the truth is. And they lied their butts off. So China rewarded them, just gave them about $30 to $40 million when Trump removed the almost $500 million that he was giving to China, giving to World Health Organization, China. What's the difference, okay? So this must be part of the deal when the Chinese cornered millions of 50-cent masks. They had ships coming to the United States with 50-cent masks, and they turned them around and brought them home, and then they bought the whole market. And what did they sell them for, these 50-cent masks? $8. $8 each, okay? And some of our governors actually bought some of these. Amazing. All right. They made a fortune off of us. They're buying our tech companies. They're buying our biotech companies. They're buying a lot of the European companies because the markets are so low. They are in the process of taking over the world. Okay. Am I wrong here? Call the show. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. You think I'm wrong?
No.
No. All right. Anyways, I think right now, there's somebody's supposed to call me very shortly, and I think hopefully, okay, that's your signal to call, Mr. President. So why don't you hit that?
Oh, that call.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do that. There you go.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I would never say in your case that you're fired, so I'll just say you're hired.
He can never, I don't understand this man. He's a smart man. He doesn't know my birthday is November the 8th. And that's just one thing. The other thing is, if I'm not fired, then I'm hired. It's like Rudy. Well, if I have to do something, that means I'm part of the team. Well, you said I'm not fired, so what the hell am I supposed to do? Okay? Do you want me to be I'll tell you what I could do. I could be your advisor of common sense for when I hear these doctors talking about 2.2 million gonna die, and we end up with that's good that we're ending up with less, but it's made us destroy the economy. Okay, they went along with the Chinese. Yeah, I could advise you. In fact, I would actually take advice from Cheryl Chumley, and I would be her puppet. I would repeat what she says because she's usually, right on. So where are you, Mr. President? All right, we're going to take a break right now, and I know we're running out of breaks, but that's no problem because we'll squeeze the other two. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Of the multiple choices for investing advice, the Brummett team at Stifel is ready, willing, and able to form a plan to suit your needs. Member of SIPC and NYSE, the Brummett team has been in business for 30 years. Call 573-364-8930. That's 573-364-8930. My son Aaron and I are proud clients of the Brummett team.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
At Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, we're here to help with the Chevy Cares program. Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months on an all-new 2019 and 2020 Chevy Silverado 1500s, plus no payment for 120 days with GM financing. Also, we can work your entire vehicle deal online, and we can deliver to your door. That's right. Don't want to get out? No problem. For Phelps County residents, we'll come to you. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza online or at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla. Chevy, find new roads.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Keep walking, keep on your toes, and don't stop talking about freedom.
Get this, February 5th, your beloved New York Times, the same paper accusing me of downplaying the virus when just the opposite is true, and I will prove it, ran this headline: who says it's not safe to travel to China? New York Times was advising you to go over to China. That was dumb. The coronavirus travel ban is unjust, they said, and doesn't work anyway. In 2 separate Democratic debates in February, no, not one candidate on stage mentioned the coronavirus. Not one. Meanwhile, New York City's health commissioner was also downplaying the threat of the virus. Take a look.
That the risk to New Yorkers for coronavirus is low, and that our preparedness as a city is very high. There is no reason not to take the subway, not to take the bus, not to go out to your favorite restaurant.
This is the head of the health department for the city of New York telling people to gather. And this was like, late February or early March? I think it was like March 2nd or something like that. Oh, we don't have a problem. Well, Fauci said the same thing on February the 29th, a couple days before that. Well, we might get something, but you know what? Just go on with your lives. Nothing to see here, folks. In other words, they both went along with the Chinese denials and WHO denials of them having a virus that went human to human. It was outrageous, out of line, and really bad for the country. All right? And so that's why I asked, well, why, and Cheryl Chumley has a lot of respect for Fauci. I don't have that much respect for him. I don't know about Birx yet, but she also promoted these models that were way off. I mean, if you go to medical school and they rate you on the accuracy of the models you produce, wouldn't they flunk? Wouldn't they have flunked that?
Well, think about it from what statistics they had to work with. I mean, where does it all start? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, where do our statistics come from now that we have locked ourselves in our homes and we're finding out that we don't have anywhere the knowledge of how many people are carriers, how many people have had it? They're estimating that 21% of New Yorkers have already had the disease that weren't tested earlier, and that they are ripe for getting their blood taken for these antibodies to make a virus.
Right.
All right, so how do we know this?
That's just it. I mean, I saw the president on Tuesday night, or the vice president, and he was saying, we need to self-test. We have the ability to self-test. And it's like, well, if we do, why, your son, for example, he thought he had it, went to a testing facility. They told him he didn't have.
Turned him around.
Right. Your symptoms aren't serious enough for us to test you.
Yeah.
How many people were turned away? That weren't tested.
Exactly.
Because...
And why weren't they tested?
Well, that's exactly right. When the president or the vice president
they have nobody here in Phelps County. Hardly anybody gets tested. We don't have it. Why wouldn't you say a guy's
Do they have a testing facility set up outside of the hospital right here?
Yeah.
And is it being used?
I don't know. I haven't gone by in there. But my son said it wasn't busy at all.
Okay.
They told me to go to it when I was having breathing problems.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't, but...
Right.
There you go.
And?
I didn't go.
I know. So how do you think everybody else feels out there?
So if I had it, and I don't think I did, unless I had it a year ago. I was really sick a year ago, before this happened, about this time too. And I think I had like minor pneumonia or something like that. I was in the rain in Kansas City with the wrestling tournament, and I was sick for about a month and a half, 2 months, wasn't I? Honey, I was talking
3 months.
I'm looking at you now, and I'm probably not speaking into the mic.
Lots of coughing.
If I turn my head like this, is
it
okay?
So this was a year or so ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can sure
hide
it
I
had
I don't know. But don't you want to have the antibodies? I think I know who this is. And I think we should play her song. How's that?
We should do that right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, former investigative reporter, the most banned person on social media, the bravest person I know, and running for Congress in Florida's 21st District. Please welcome the lowest lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Laura the Luminator Loomer. All right. Laura, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dave?
I'm good. You know, I'm feeling pretty good. Getting to play a little golf here and there, and you know, the wife pushes me around a lot, so you know, I get a lot of exercise with that. So, who retweeted a story about you in the New York Post? Anyone famous?
President Trump.
Wow.
Trump, my soon to be constituent, President Donald Trump.
Yeah, how about that? I can imagine him coming to your your house or your office and saying, I think this is what we need for our district. Wouldn't that be a riot?
Yeah, or maybe when he's in town, you know, he'll invite me over to Mar-a-Lago. Who knows?
Well, I bet you he will. You know, I bet you he will. So tell us about the New York Post article and what did it sort of predict?
So there was a big New York Post article about my congressional campaign in the 21st District here in Florida. And the title of it was Republican AOC Laura Loomer. Of course, they were talking about Laura Loomer gaining steam in the congressional race. And, you know, I would not say that I'm AOC, right? I've done a few interviews this week, and a few people have asked me about it. And I've told people who have asked me, oh, so what do you think about them calling you this? I've said, well, you know, I'm Laura Loomer. I'm my own damn person. I'm my own damn brand. And I've been a household name in political circles long before AOC even poured her first drink. So, you know, I don't really see what the comparison is, but I guess I'm flattered that, you know, people in, you know, the highest levels of politics in our nation and people like Roger Stone and President Trump are talking about my race and tweeting about my race. So it's very exciting. And I'm told that this New York Post article that was tweeted out by President Trump was the most viral New York Post article in the last several months.
Wow.
So we're getting a lot of traction, a lot of support. People from all over the country, people from all over the world are interested in the outcome of my race. And I just know I'm gonna flip this seat. We're gonna help Republicans take back the House. I'm going to win my race, and when I win, I'll be the youngest woman ever elected to the United States Congress.
That's something. And how's your fundraising going without any social media?
Well, that's what the story was, right? Is that while being completely deplatformed, I've been able to outraise all of my opponents combined, including the Democrat incumbent. So this last fundraising quarter, for the third quarter in a row, I raised more money than all of my opponents, including the Democrat incumbent. And I raised 2.5 times more money than Lois Frankel did this last quarter. And meanwhile, all of my other opponents have, you know, they all have access to social media, and I don't, because of course I'm the most banned woman in America. And these companies won't even allow my campaign to have social media. And when I announced my race, my run for Congress in August, they went as far as changing their rules to further inhibit my campaign from having access. So at first the rule was that if you were a declared congressional candidate Twitter would give you a verified account. Well, I filed to run, and the very next day, I kid you not, 24 hours after I filed to run for office, Twitter changed their rules to say, well, you have to win your primary first. And, of course, Florida's primary is in August, which I'm going to win, no problem.
Yeah.
But
like they're going to honor that in August when you win your primary. They're going to.
No, but listen,
gonna...
it gets even better.
Yeah.
So then what happened is you had all these social justice Democrats who are trying to primary Democrats, these radicals, saying, well, that's not fair. We have primaries too. That's not fair. We want to have equal access and verified accounts, right? So then Twitter changed their rules again to say, well, we're going to give access to all congressional candidates. They're all going to get verified check marks regardless of whether they're in a primary or not, except Laura Loomer. So then, you had the news organizations reaching out to Twitter saying, oh, so that means Laura Loomer gets an account, right? And they're like, no, everybody besides Laura Loomer. And then Facebook did the same thing. We created a campaign Facebook page, and within 24 hours, it was banned. And then Facebook issued a rule change saying, oh, well, we're going to change our rules. And our rule is that if you are an elected official, it doesn't matter if you're running for office or if you win your race, we're not going to give you access to Facebook if you've been previously banned.
This sounds like the breach.
Entire campaign,
this sounds like the breach of the RICO law. This is like a conspiracy. It's like a gangster thing, a mob thing. They are conspiring to destroy you.
Yeah, but it's not going to work because the thing is I've built an unstoppable movement here, and now this is the most exciting congressional race in the country. It's the most exciting campaign this election year, besides President Trump's reelection campaign, of course, and it's in his backyard, right? And it's captivated everybody's attention because it's quite sensational in a way, because these companies thought that they were going to be able to cancel me and they were going to be able to platform me and silence me forever. But meanwhile, I'm running a very successful campaign, and I'm breaking records, and I'm getting support.
Now you're looking good. I got to admit it. You're looking good out there, but you're around really corrupt people who will try to cheat you. Are you aware of this? Of course you are. What are you going to do to stop them?
I'm very aware of this because, as you know, prior to being banned everywhere, I was investigating all of the voter fraud, and I've spent many years investigating voter fraud and Democrat corruption. That's why they shut me down. I just got too good at it. And I was on the ground in Broward County and Palm Beach County exposing the Stop the Steal effort and broke the story about the ballot box in the back of the rental car at the Fort Lauderdale airport. So I'm aware. I know all the tricks that these people play to try to steal elections, and the latest one is vote by mail. They want everybody to vote by mail because there's a lot of fraud that happens when you submit your ballot.
They tried to get that in the last couple of bills.
Yeah, even President Trump said that it would be disastrous. So we have a really strong ground game. We have enormous grassroots energy. I have the best volunteers in the world, and it's pretty phenomenal. People in all 50 states, people sending me emails who don't even live in Florida, telling me that they want to plan a family vacation so they can come door knock. And it's really symbolic because, when you look at what makes us American, it's and what separates us from all other countries in the world, it's our free speech protections and our First Amendment right in the Constitution. And people all around the world view America as a beacon of hope because of that. And so when I filed to run for Congress out of inspiration of the bans, and I said that I was going to run, a platform that focuses on many issues, many America First issues, but also with a big focus on free speech and combating censorship, people said, you can't win a campaign doing that. Well, they're wrong, because right now people from all walks of life, especially conservatives, are witnessing this extreme censorship that is taking place by big tech. Just last night, you wouldn't believe how many text messages I got from friends of mine who said they got locked out of Twitter for posting a meme about Joe Biden. So now Twitter is labeling political satire as misinformation, and if you post memes or if you make fun of Joe Biden for his declining state, you will be banned from Twitter. So
yeah, that's funny because I put up. I like to advertise my show on Twitter, as you used to know, and I put up a picture of you on Twitter, and Facebook, and Facebook would not let me spread it around my friends. And then Twitter thing, I don't know whether it's my computer or Twitter, but, I'm a little bit suspicious. But they wouldn't even put it on. I had a picture of you on there, and I said, well, if I want to get on, I might as well go somewhere else. But they would have nothing to do with you being on there. When I do put you on there, I feel they're looking, and I feel their pressure.
Well, remember that one time we were doing a live stream and you were streaming from the radio to your Facebook Live and they shut down your Facebook Live?
Oh, sure, yeah. The excuse was the song.
Right.
To that point, they hardly ever touched it. They did the same thing with your buddy, Dr. Jane. Okay? So, I tell you what, I have wild women on this show. They are so banned and hated. It's incredible, but you're always welcome on this show, as you know.
I wouldn't use the word hated. They're very highly respected.
Yeah, they're highly respected, but they're hated by a lot of people. Why? Because they're effective and they're smart, like Laura Loomer here. So Jacksonville is sort of like opening up a little bit, right? What about the rest of Florida?
Well, that we were told a few weeks ago that the date that they were looking to open things up would be by the end of the month, so May 1st. But I don't know when the date is actually going to be now, because there's been some news reports this week that it may be extended further. But Palm Beach County, where I'm running for Congress, it is the hardest hit county in Florida with regards to coronavirus deaths, and so people. There's mixed feelings, because there are people who are nervous about the spread of corona, but there's also a lot of business owners who are really struggling right now. They haven't received their stimulus checks, they haven't received aid, and they need to open up. They're talking about their desire to open up, and it's a frustration felt by people all over the country, all over the world. And so I can sympathize with them, but I think everybody's hoping this ends sooner rather than later. People want to get back to work. People want to get back to seeing their friends and family and living their normal lives.
Yep.
And I definitely want to get back to meeting people in the community and campaigning and helping to flip this seat.
Well, speaking of campaigning, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute to you?
You can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com, LauraLoomerForCongress.com. That's where you can make a donation and sign up today. Get my emails, or any donation you can make. I know a lot of people are struggling financially right now, but every dollar counts. And we have an incredible donor list of over 9,000 donors from across the country, mostly small dollar donations. And this is going to be a grassroots victory, $1 at a time. We're going to flip this seat.
Hey, Laura, Lisa decided to put her foot down against a rude guy. So she asked him, do you know who I am? And the man says, yeah, you're married to that schmuck, Dave Weinbaum. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I took you out of the play, because I loomered myself. How's that? What are you looking at?
Good.
Not funny. Sorry.
Wasn't funny?
No.
Did you think that was funny? Am I the only one that thought that was funny?
I don't know.
The fact you think it's funny is
you talking to me?
No, never mind. All right. Okay, they all can't be winners.
I'm really surprised.
What?
I'm surprised your wife hasn't taken you out in quarantine yet. These last 2 sessions that we've had on the radio, man, you're really pushing.
Oh my God! Here you go again. I thought I had taken care of that for you just now.
She's keeping track.
So you gotta stick it in there. You gotta stick the knife in again. Oh, that's what I like about you. Once you go for the kill, that's what you do. You go for the kill. All right, Laura. Have a great the time. We must go. Have a great weekend. Shabbat shalom.
Thanks. Shabbat shalom. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. What do you guys know about funny anyways? Oh, man.
What do you know about funny?
Huh?
What do you know about funny?
I know some things are pretty funny.
I told you earlier this week.
And I know one thing I want to play. And I think I think we need Seinfeld dogs right now.
Dogs are pets. Dogs are the pets that really... Dogs want to be people. Do you ever feel that from your dog? You walk by him and he's just sitting there in the living room with that look on his face like he's thinking, I could do that. He's not that good. Look, he tripped on the carpet edge over there. And they get up there in the front seat of the car. This is, of course, I think, the ultimate dog experience. To ride in the front seat of the car with the human being. Did you ever take your dog out like that? Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, you've got nothing to do. He's generally free. He's not going to go, I did have the bone scheduled for today. I could push it into Monday, but that kind of backs me up with the rawhide chew toys. I can't really, no. I'm just all jammed up here. So they get up in the front seat of the car. I think the first thing that they notice is that your head and his head are the same height. And he thinks, hey, maybe no one will know I'm a dog. It's just those two heads going down the street. He watches the road. What is he looking at? Why is he watching the road? Are you going to turn there? I would turn there.
I don't know. That's funny.
Go.
They're going to come after me someday, probably. But that's Seinfeld and dogs, and I'm going to keep doing it until they yell at me, and then I'm going to say, look, I'm doing free advertising.
There you go.
Right?
Right.
Canada used to complain about that a lot. He'd play somebody's song, and he'd get in trouble. And he said, well, it's nuts. I'm doing advertising for you. You know, God forbid, I play his bits. He probably wants to do the same thing to me. But I think I'm advertising. I mean, people understand that I'm learning a lot from watching this, so therefore they're going to, you know, they don't need me. They can go listen themselves, except it takes a lot of work to do this. So, yes, are you, it looks like you're going to say something, but
And
now
then
it
I
looks like you're constipated. I don't know which I don't know what I'm waiting here for.
I just know how much time you put into going through all those bits and everything.
Oh, yeah.
To pull them down. Yeah, it does.
You know, if I
Takes
did,
a lot
I
of
like
time.
doing it, though. It's amazing. This is like 12 years of doing this, and I'm just a little weird. I like to call it unique. You know, some people call it weird. Like that other guy, you know, she's married to that schmuck, Dave Weinbaum. She left the room.
The other
by the way.
guy.
So
The other Dave Weinbaum.
Huh?
The other Dave Weinbaum.
Yeah, the other Dave Weinbaum, right. Oh, man. So, well, let's go back to the stuff. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And I don't know, these governors have really done a job of showing how tyrannical they can be. They think they're little Mussolinis up there, you know? Oh, my God. You will not buy paint at the store. You will not buy wood you can build with. You are going to be locked in your house, and you are going to like it. Or else. I mean, seriously, it's about that level. And it's not going to last, Steve. It can't.
I can't see how it could. You know, I mean, we've been really fortunate to have the position of the stay-at-home order, you know, because we're both considered essential businesses and different things, you know. So,
but everyone else,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh!
It's just it's been crazy. I mean, and, you know, the protesting going on now. You know, the people are seeing, like you were talking about, the numbers of this whole thing are not where they predicted them to be. I mean, here in our
it's based
county,
on phony numbers.
We have 0 positive cases in our own county.
You got it. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from north of Doolittle.
Well, hello, Chester. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Good.
Just want to say how this is a wonderful opportunity for people to see the what happens when you live in a socialist government.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. Because
exactly,
you know who loves this?
The socialists.
AOC and Bernie. She says this is great.
Because
don't go back to work. What are you going back to work for?
This is what communism
Take the check.
Does. This is how it works.
Yeah, but what happens eventually?
It falls apart.
Yeah.
The food riots begin.
Yeah.
And then either the government falls or the government shoots everybody in the street. It just depends on how tyrannical they want to be.
Or both.
Well, both will happen, but then it's just a question of which one, whether it falls or not. In the United States, that's, thank God for the Second Amendment.
They have so many examples around the world of how this is. They've got Venezuela, for example.
Here's what the problem is.
Cuba, yes.
Yeah, here's what the problem is. We have a society that we've been corrupted so badly with the desire for higher education that what's happened is we've lost all common sense and we believe in listening to experts.
Yeah.
I mentioned
I would
this on
agree
a
with
previous call. The problem with guys like Fauci,
Yeah.
Fauci is a very good epidemiologist, which means he's a statistician and a model follower. Okay, he's not. He doesn't do doctor stuff. He may be a doctor, but he does not do doctor stuff.
Right.
He's a statistician. The problem is that if you ask a medical guy how to solve a problem, of course it's a medical issue. If you ask a surgeon how to solve a problem, obviously surgery. If you ask a politician, it's obviously politics. Everybody has their own solution based on what they're trained in. Nobody is using any common sense.
Well, that's what President Trump is supposed to be there for.
That's right.
And
the
Cheryl
problem
Chumley
is
pointed
that
out that he is a bit of a germaphobe himself.
Yeah,
so
but
he's
that-
inclined to go along with guys he shouldn't have gone along with.
No. Here's the problem that Trump is facing. The man has not only just survived this disgusting, despicable, impeachment attempt. He knows if he does not get reelected, he's gonna. If he is beaten by a Democrat, he is going to prison. Do you understand that? They will go after him. They will put him in prison. They're not going to let him live. They're going to put him in prison. That's the kind of evil you have dealing with. Now, here he is. He's trying to run everything perfectly normally. He's got.
You could be right. I don't. You know what? I don't know, but you could be right.
He's got his panel of experts.
Yeah.
He's listening. He's letting the media ask all the questions. They have their briefing, and still they twist everything he says.
Right.
So he can't fire Fauci. He can't.
Yeah. So what are you saying?
Fauci,
Are you saying he can't fire Fauci, and Fauci and Birx, who are liberals? Fauci was a big supporter of Hillary. Yeah. I don't know about Birx as much. But, they are with the China crowd. They're with the WHO organization. They're with the swamp.
Yes.
So he has them there to get some credibility with the mainstream media, which ain't happening.
Well, no. He doesn't have them there for credibility with the mainstream media. He has them there because still, even those swamp creatures, they are the heads of the various departments and things. They're part of the CDC and all these other organizations, that they exist. So the new president can't just throw all that away. He's using what he has available.
Yeah.
The problem is, no matter what he says, the media will twist and lie and twist it some more. Just like right now, this thing, the big scam today, is about yesterday's discussion about injecting people with Lysol.
Yes, I heard about
okay.
that.
That's not what
really happened.
It's not what he said.
Yeah.
That's how the reporters twisted it, that as if he's saying, oh, yeah, just shine sunlight on people and inject them with Lysol. That's not what he said. But it goes back to the earlier one. Remember, he suggested that hydro...
Yeah, hydro...
whatever, be used
chlorine.
for hydroquinine something, be used for, be considered.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you got some idiot who takes some chemical, whatever.
The old fish cleaner, the fishbowl cleaner.
And he injects himself with it, and he dies, and so everybody suddenly blames Trump for that.
Yeah.
Okay? This is what's happening. But we got to remember, the way the Democrats hate him so much, you can guarantee. Look, they're threatening to re-impeach him anyway.
Right.
Even before the first impeachment was over, they were already threatening to re-impeach him. Do you not think that if the Democrats do not win if they win the presidency, do you not think that they will try to prosecute him for war crimes?
I don't know, because it almost almost asks for a revolution.
Well, yeah,
there's too many strong supporters of Trump to let that happen. I think
Democrats don't care because they think that they're in charge. Because after all, if they win the election, that shows that they won.
How do you think they're going to do that when the odds are so far against them? I mean, let's
wait. How do I think they'll do what?
Win the election.
Win the election.
Oh, I don't know if they're going to win the election. I'm saying they think they're going to win the election.
Right.
If they win the election.
Do you really think that? Do you really think they, at this point, think they're going to win? Are they that delusional?
Look, you have people living in the United States of America, the richest, most powerful country in the world with the highest standard of living ever in the history of the planet. And all they want to do is they want to turn it into Venezuela. Now, you want to ask me again about people being delusional?
Right.
These people are insane.
Yeah, but there aren't enough of them. I don't think.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's a question of who goes out and votes.
Okay.
How many times did Barack Obama get elected based on tearing down America?
Yeah. Let's go back to
so
your
never, never guess what the American people are gonna vote.
All right.
I pray that they will be intelligent, but I don't. I gave up long ago.
All right, go ahead. Steve.
Well, what I was going to say, you made a comment about fighting in the streets and different things like that, and once again I go back to the percentages of look at what's going on in America now and how many what the percentage of people are sick and tired of it. I mean, is when it comes right down to it, and you said our Second Amendment's right haven't been taken away. How many people are armed out there and actually ready to stand their own ground? I think
that's a very nice idea to talk about, but the fact is nobody has a clue.
Well, I have sort of a clue. I put out on Facebook to all these different things. Let me make a statement here. I had a poll on Facebook, which is getting thousands and thousands of responses about reopening America. And it wasn't just the probably about 98% yes. It was the enthusiasm of the people who put it in there. I mean, it was damn yes. It was, I can't believe we shut it down for this long and that kind of stuff. 98%. And I think these are the kind of people that are going to go out and vote.
Well, hopefully, yes.
I don't think Biden is going to get that many of the Bernie crowd. Do you?
Hopefully, but then again, remember they're going to vote for they're voting for something that they believe in too.
Yeah, but they're not. They don't have their leader in there, and
yeah, but they don't care. They're voting
Bernie.
They're voting for their handouts.
Well, yeah.
So that drives them to vote. In fact, they'll be driven to the vote. Literally.
I don't know. Hey, listen, my friend, it was a good argument, and I appreciate you calling. And say hi to your better half, Martha.
Yes, I will.
Is that sexist or what?
Yes, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to apologize to you.
That's expected from you.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Hello. You know me long enough, haven't you?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, my good friend Chester and his lovely wife, Martha. Maybe I'll see you at McDonald's later, all right? Okay. So, we got another interview coming up. We got Laura. No, not Laura. We have DeAnna Lorraine.
Right.
Two in a row that have been recently retweeted by President Trump. How many shows can say that? Steve, how many shows can say that?
None that I know of, Dave.
Zippity-doo-dah. And you got it right here on KKID 92.9. Anyways, I think right now we ought to do, let's see. Oh, let's do the Pelosi thing, the young Frankenstein Pelosi. I got to practice my horse call.
Here we go.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
The horses were a little late on that one, I think.
No, you did good.
No, thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know why I put the little thing on the end there. Like, I think it just sounds funny. The horses really don't. Well, I think they do. Some of them do that. They have the little double talk here.
Right.
Yep. But they should cover their mouth.
Right. Yep.
Horse goes into the bar. The bartender says, "Why the long face?" That's not mine. Don't worry. All right, so we've got DeAnna coming up, and but still, we've got, I got so much stuff today. Got 2 black legislators in 2 different states. One who was in the White House who recovered from coronavirus, and the other one, I believe, in the Georgia legislature, who have both complimented Donald Trump, and they're both being excoriated by their fellow Democrats and some fellow blacks. And one of them has resigned from the legislature, and the other one is pretty upset by it. But, you know, it's incredible. If you're a black and you compliment Donald Trump, oh, boy, not good. Not good. So, anyway, we've got Stacey Abrams tells Joe Biden that he doesn't, that if he doesn't make her his VP, he's a racist. How about that? That'll really qualify her, won't it? So, anyway, Kim Jong-un, his health crisis is a fake. It's fake news, according to what Trump is saying. So, okay. So we have, I think we have our next guest, and I think we're going to play her song. Of course, right now, Steve needs about 5 hands, and he only has 2. There you go. Good job.
Worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This woman is passionate about making America great again, and California great again, too. She's an author, speaker, star of TV, radio, and blogs, recently retweeted by President Trump. Please welcome the Sicilian Spitfire, DeAnna Lorraine. All righty. So how you doing, DeAnna?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How about you?
Any more tweets retweeted by the president?
No, unfortunately not yet. But
Well, you're slacking now. You're slacking. Come on, girl.
I know. I know.
Do you know how many times I've been retweeted by the president?
How many?
Zippity doo-dah. And I write to him a lot, too. I mean, I answer stuff that he's talking about, and I promote people like yourself and Laura Loomer. Do you know Laura Loomer just had her story retweeted? So back to back now.
I was actually the first to tell her that.
So back, What's that?
I was the first to tell her that, and I showed her the picture. And she
Oh, okay, you did that. Okay, well, very good. So why aren't we testing for carriers without symptoms and people that have survived the disease, and let the 80% of people that pass the test and have neither, well, let them go about their lives?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm one of those. I'm on the side of, I don't believe everyone should get tested. I just think this is a free country, and if you want to get tested, if you feel like you need to, go get tested, just like the flu. If you don't feel like you need to get tested and you're not showing any symptoms or anything, I don't think there should be mandatory testing.
Do we have mandatory testing?
No, but it sounds like they're pushing for that, and it sounds like they keep on, because they keep repeating testing. We can't reopen the country till there's testing, and
that's what Fauci is saying, and Trump disagrees with him.
Yeah, they keep talking about testing, monitoring, tracking, and surveilling,
Right.
and those words should scare every American.
Yeah. Well, I asked this question of I think it was Laura, and I want to know from you, why did Trump hire Fauci and Birx, and why does he keep them on?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think that he might be keeping them on to expose them, that maybe they're
they're not who they say they are, or they're not necessarily our friends. They don't have our best interest at heart. Because there was that whole pandemic Event 201, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard about the Event 201, which happened in October, and it was Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation put it on, and it was actually a worldwide drill for what will happen when there's a worldwide pandemic. And they went through all of the things they're doing now, actually. And they had all these actors, and they had leaders from around the world, and they went through a drill. So you should look it up if you haven't seen it.
I've seen something like that, but I thought what I saw was in 2015 or 2014.
Nope, this was in October, and then
Really?
only 3 weeks later. Yep, and only 3 weeks later did the first case of coronavirus.
Wow.
Suddenly outbreak. So, and I think that Birx and Fauci, it sounds like they're saying a lot of the things. If you watch the videos from Event 201, they're kind of going along with these scripts that were, that you see in the videos. I mean, these are open to anyone. Anyone can see it, and I actually advise people to see it because it's very odd. Why would they have this drill for a worldwide pandemic, and then just a couple weeks later, then they actually go through it? So the whole thing is very strange. I don't know about Birx and Fauci, whether we should trust them or not, but it seems like Trump is starting to distance himself a little bit. And speaking of social distancing, there's apparently new technologies. I've seen some in Connecticut and some other places that they're trying to drones that alerts are going
Yes.
off instantly. People are less than 6 feet apart for
Yeah.
social distancing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is
And they
Americans
say
need to stand up.
you must give 6 feet distance, stuff like that, from a drone looking up at you at the
Right.
sky. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up 10 years ago. I mean, there'd be a movie about it. There were movies about this, weren't there?
Yeah, I think Minority Report. I think there was a movie called Minority Report that was similar to this. There were other movies too. But this is where I draw the line, honestly. And I think that a lot of Americans need to understand that there's do you completely give up liberty for a little bit of quote unquote protection and safety? Because that's what they're always what is going to be sold to us is in the name of you giving up your freedoms. We'll give you some protection and safety.
Well, the problem is they've been lying to us. They've been wrong. They've been wrong, either lying or wrong or both. I suspect it's both.
Yes.
Okay? In fact, I know it's both because they've admitted to lying about the deaths, the coronavirus deaths, that some of those are attributable to heart attack, or you fell on a sidewalk and clunked your head on the curb, or you committed suicide, that kind of stuff. And if you have a little bit of COVID in you, well, that's the cause. That's a lie.
It is a lie.
Yeah.
It is a lie. So excuse me if I don't quite trust their next steps that they're pushing on me.
Hey,
I've seen some funny memes. I don't know if you've seen some funny memes of someone being killed by a steamroller or jumping out of an airplane without a parachute, and said jumped out of an airplane without parachute, died from COVID.
Yeah, there you go.
Ran over by a steamroller, died from COVID.
You have more interesting ways of dying than I do. Just falling on a curb is not exactly it's kind of a dumb way to die, but jumping out of an airplane without a parachute, that's not very bright either. So if Trump offered you a job, would you take it? And if so, what job would you want?
I would want a position on his team, either like a communications position where I could be, on TV or on radio and be a spokeswoman for him. I would love to. I would love to do communications for him, or sort of an assistant position to him. But I think you'd make a great press secretary. Except they'd have to lower the mic. You'd have to stand on a box or something, because you're not tall. Have to stand on the box.
Right? What are you, 5'3"?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not tall. Well, it's not exactly small. But remember, we had you were giving a speech in St. Louis, and I suggested. I says, you know what? You can't stand behind that dais. It'll hide you. People won't be able to see you. I thought it was pretty good advice. So if you got a job there, could I be the advisor to the advisor?
I think you could. I could try to make you that.
There you go. I don't do makeup, though. I don't do
I won't.
makeup. I will not do makeup. Okay, so...
Well, I would actually, I think I would prefer to have you be the advisor if I get a job with Sebastian Gorka.
Oh, we'd have a ball. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That guy is so hateful to me. But you know what? And he's a big guy too, isn't he?
Huge.
Yeah,
I
know.
picture. He's like 6'8" or something. He's enormous.
6 what?
He's like a giant. I think he's like 6'8" or something. He's huge.
Yeah, those are the kind of guys I mess with. I like to see what they're going to do. And I'm still
Right.
alive, so what the hell? You know?
Yeah.
Hey, what would you estimate the death rate of COVID-19 is now? And you gotta test people to figure this out, though. And I think it's kind of important to know. Now, the flu is 0.4 of 1%. What do you think the death rate is of COVID-19?
I saw somewhere yesterday that was about it was 0.02 or something. I mean, there was what?
Yeah,
there was
I heard that. I said no. I think it's more than. I think it's like 0.5 in New York. They're finding out, and
that's a very odd situation there. How is
Yeah.
it? All of a sudden, within like 3-day period, they said there was 10,000 deaths again. So it's very odd. But
who knows whether it's true?
I don't know. I mean, again, we don't know. Sorry, something just fell. We don't know if something is. We don't know if someone is dying exactly from COVID or not. Because I'm telling you, and I'm probably going to go to the gulag for this, but there's been so many doctors and nurses and healthcare workers that I've talked to that said that they have seen the death certificates changed overnight. This person didn't die from COVID, and then the next day, all of a sudden, the death certificate was changed to COVID. And some doctors, some hospitals are saying if someone comes in here, and and they did not die from COVID, but we could somehow make it seem like they died from COVID, we have to inflate the death numbers. It's like they have some sort of quota, some death quota.
Yeah, it is, and it's a fraud upon America, and it's making us make bad decisions about opening and closing our country, and it's because of money. They get more money for COVID deaths than they do anything else. It's about government funding them.
Right. This is the biggest fleecing of America that has ever been taken place, because
this is the biggest what?
Fleecing of Americans.
Isn't it? I mean,
we're being robbed.
We're being robbed, and so many people know it.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of liberals don't, unfortunately, but some are starting to say, you know what, this doesn't quite make sense. But most conservatives I know, it seems like everyone's on the same page with it. And they all seem like, no, they're trying to hoodwink us in a huge way.
Yeah.
And we're paying for it. We're footing the bill for it.
Well, we're destroying, we're helping the Chinese destroy our country for them, is what we're doing. So a lot of doctors...
Glad that we all feel the same way, though.
Now, a lot of doctors are... I think I got this from you. A lot of doctors are insisting that we take flu shots this fall, yet a Pentagon study says getting the flu shot makes you 36% more likely to get COVID-19.
Yes. Yeah. The Pentagon just released a study 3 weeks ago, and I trust the Pentagon more than I trust Fauci and some of these other people, to be honest with you. But the Pentagon released a study that said if you have the flu shot, then you're 36% more likely to get COVID. That's ridiculous. If you're 36% more likely to get COVID with a flu shot, then why are they pushing us to get the flu shot? Why? I mean, I'm not going to get it. Nah.
All right.
Yeah,
hey, so you're still staying active, and you're still out there haunting the Democrats. God bless you. Where can people find you, DeAnna?
They can find me at DeAnnaLorraine.com. That's DeAnnaLorraine.com, or DeAnna for Congress for Twitter and Facebook. Dave follows me on Facebook.
Yes, I do. Absolutely. Hey, what do you call a fisherman who admits he has no talent?
I am out of the lots of words on that one.
Well, I'll give you one. He's realistic.
That's funny.
Realistic. You don't get that? And you don't get that? You
I
guys.
do.
We get it.
Yeah, well, she's scrunching at me. My wife is going over there. She's scowling. This is normal look for her. She scowls at me. Hey, DeAnna, you have a great weekend. Always a pleasure for you to be on my show. And you keep hanging in there, girl. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, guys. Stay healthy.
Yeah, you too, DeAnna. Bye-bye. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dave, JL from St.
Well, how are you, JL? I was getting a little concerned.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm doing good, and thank you for asking. I hope you and your wife and Steve are doing well. Yeah. I want to tell you that I totally agree with you on this getting out. You got to get some contact to build up your immunities.
Yeah. And I can't help but go back to the bits that I play from George Carlin in the 90s. You know?
Yes.
And he's right.
But it's unusual that I would totally agree with you on something, but we agree on that, Dave.
Oh, I think we agree. So, you just don't agree with me to be ornery. That's what you do.
Yeah, well, then that last joke you told the little lady that was on there, I mean, come on, Dave, really?
Yeah, he was a realist.
Really?
Guy can't fish, he admits it. He was a realist. Hey. It's a play on words, realism, and then real that you use. Oh, God. You know, what do any of you know what's funny, for goodness sakes?
Well, when you told that, I knew there was something fishy going on. Hey, Dave, today? God bless you. Real quick, what do you call a rabbit that has fleas?
A rabbit that has fleas?
Yeah, fleas.
JL?
No. How about Bugs Bunny? Hey, God bless. Have a good weekend.
Right,
Catch
God
you next
bless
week.
you, too. Okay. Did he sneeze? I said, God bless you. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, now that we have stunted the growth of our ever shortening list of breaks, but we do have extras, and I kind of like the extras, you know. So, did we do? Well, I know we didn't. Oh, we got to do this. Weinbaum Music Network, hit it, please, when you find it. Is this a tough one, a challenge?
Yeah, but we'll play it anyway.
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like...
But Snowflake, you know you can't take it.
I'm going to go get my check.
You've got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling.
Or how about this?
As you wish me hell to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me, spying over me. Then you spread your views to the mainstream news.
And timeless memories like...
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan.
All right, here's my favorite part. Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they're only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
Aha!
What do you know from funny, you...
He
There
did
you
it!
go.
I did it!
I didn't cut it off short.
Oh, my gosh. Eddie Murphy.
There you go.
He didn't cut you off.
That's right. Come on. Cool. There you go. One of my favorite movies, by the way.
You know, I never want to interrupt you while you're writing checks, that's for sure.
Okay.
So, you know.
On with the show, Dave.
Yeah, breathe. Just deep breath and keep writing. That's all. That's all I care about right now. Hey, it's payday, ladies and gentlemen. That's you know, we're like little doggies to him now because it's like we get a treat. You know, a little treat every week. The treat of the week. Call the show 573. Let's take a break.
Yeah,
because
let's do.
we need to now.
Okay,
right?
we can.
Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community serving.
Lavish Day Spa is the place to get rid of all your stress and worries. We are a full-service spa and salon. I myself specialize in deep tissue massages. My favorite client is my father, Dave Weinbaum. Call 364-0905 to set your relief from pain and strain. That number again is 364-0905. Lavish Day Spa.
Reality check number 22. On a scale of 1 to 10, shouldn't customer service be an 11? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. Walk into any Town & Country, and you'll feel welcome right away. We're your neighbors. If you're a customer, we'll probably even call you by name. It's just what neighbors do. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto repair experience. Their name says mufflers, but they do it all. And now you can visit them on Highway 63 South, just across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds. Muffler Mart in Rolla. For more information or appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
J.T. Colton was a steak-loving man, and his tradition of serving up the finest mesquite grilled steaks east of El Paso lives on today at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. But lots of folks say it's our fun, casual, throw your peanut shells on the floor attitude that keeps them coming back again and again. Either way, we're determined to keep you happy and to make J.T. proud. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse in Rolla.
Hi, I'm Pat Tackett, broker for VIP Properties with offices in Salem and Houston. We welcome you to stop by one of our offices and visit. If you have any questions regarding real estate with buying or selling, all agents with VIP Properties will be happy to help you with your interest. We have a wide selection of listings with residential, farms, commercial, recreational, even a few live water properties. In Houston, call 417-967-8888 or Salem 573-729-7622. Thanks and stop by.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, Also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Keep walking, keep on your toes, and don't stop talking about freedom.
That is the crime here. That's the tragedy here. All the 40,000 Americans that will be dead by tomorrow morning. All the victims in Wuhan that could be tens or hundreds of thousands. All the dead in Lombardy. All the doctors and nurses. All the blood of all that is on the Chinese Communist Party's hands, on Xi and Wang Qishan and their other gangsters. Also, all the economic carnage. It's going to take us decades to work our way out of here eventually. All of that is squarely on the Chinese Communist Party, not the Chinese people. Remember, there were hundreds of thousands of innocent Chinese flying all over the world in the month of January. They didn't know that they had the virus. The Chinese Communist Party hid this. They hid it at the White House on the meetings on the 14th, and when they signed. The World Health Organization put out a document on the 12th, and then they tweeted on the 14th. After consultation with senior Chinese medical officials, there's no human-to-human transmission while they're at the White House.
Amazing. And here's another amazing thing. I think we got the fiery Latino on the line, and we're going to play her song. Everybody dance. Come on. This woman in one day lost and found over 36,000 followers on Twitter. Who does that? Who does that? 50,000? Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this woman hated communism so much that when she was a little girl of 6, she swam in shark-infested waters by herself from Cuba to Miami. At age 6, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only fiery Latina, Liz Cabrera. Hit it. Oh, my goodness. There you go. So, Lizzie, you survived the Twitter attack, apparently. What happened?
My God, Dave, I lost and found them. I don't know. I freaking did that.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know, Dave. They've been harassing my account, as you know, since probably the first time you and me started talking on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, on your show. And it's getting progressively worse. This is like my third attack. Yesterday, I was planning the show with Trip, and we were looking at it online, and it was going from minute to minute. The numbers were changing like you've never seen before.
I actually was partially watching your show, and that's what you were talking about, and I was like crazy.
Yeah, it was going back and forth, and you could see, because he knows how to do these things. He was like doing it minute to minute, and then he did it. He did like a whole thing on my account, and I got some bots there too that I need to block. He told me. And anyway, the thing is that for whatever it's worth, we Republicans, they do harass us, just like they harass our president. I probably am being targeted. You know, I've been on your show an awful lot of times, and I thank you, and I'm so humbled. And
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think you just pointed the finger at me. What do I have to do with this?
No, saying that it's been so amazing. Listen, if I go down talking, I went down for a cough.
There you
That's
go.
what I think.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's the attitude.
Yeah.
And you find another way to fight back. That's all there is to it. But it is aggravating, isn't it? So aggravating.
Yeah, let me tell you. Last night, it was, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was trying to activate my account back up. They closed it, literally. And I don't know what I did right, and I finally got it up. And this morning I woke up, and I have my 50,000 followers.
Wow.
So it was like a great timing to go on your show and to go on Trip's show. It's like a happy ending, and we need to keep fighting. We just need to keep fighting. We can't stop now.
Did you say? What did you just say?
Now.
What kind of a show?
Mm-hmm. Which
like
one?
A what show?
What do you mean?
I thought you said like a strip show. A happy ending? I don't understand. Did you say that?
No.
Oh. No, Liz, you can't say that on radio, can you? Steve, are you upset? This is wrong.
Me.
Hey,
I love it.
You know, Jacksonville, it's well on its way to opening up. How about Miami? And what happened at those Miami protests?
Okay, I didn't go because I had a huge allergy, like I told you. Yeah. You know everything about me, including my allergies.
Well, so I know you've got thousands and thousands and thousands of fans down there too. So somebody must have gossiped to you.
They did have a rally down here. I tweeted it all over Twitter. They did a caravan. The police was involved. The firefighters were involved. All the Latinos were involved. Everybody is really very much for Trump here in Miami.
Yeah.
So that is really, really good news because Florida needs to be one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But were the police, were they marching with you, or were they a little antagonistic?
No, they were really the first ones in the caravan. If you could see it.
No kidding. They were leading the caravan to open up the city?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Wow.
The police, the firefighters, all of them. Yeah. And putting the song, Adele's song, "Hello" from the other side through the whole thing. It's amazing.
So how do you see the virus being used against Trump by the Dems and the mainstream media politically?
Yeah. I really think, look, we all know that the virus is real. We would be a moron not to think that it isn't real. It is real. But I think they have overblown it. It's a great opportunity. You know, they went from Russia to this, to that, to Putin, to everything that they've invented along the way that hasn't been real. Now they saw this perfect door open. It's like heaven on the other side, but you know what it's going to be? Hell on the other side. November 3rd, they're going to cry worse than the first time, and we're going to have so much fun watching this thing go down. Oh, my God. It's gonna be
I don't want to be overconfident, but it sure looks that way to me. I can't see Biden beating him. I mean, I can't see who's going to go vote for this guy. He's the least excitable person that's ever run for president. You know what I'm saying?
He has no charisma.
He makes some of the presidents that have died look exciting. I mean, come on.
I love the way
they're
you
in
speak.
their grave, and they're still more exciting than Biden.
And more alive than him, too.
Yes, exactly. Exactly my point. And if you ask them long enough, these dead guys would probably know the difference between their wife and their sisters. Oh, my gosh.
And from Biden, anybody will do.
Yeah, there you go. That's right, apparently.
And the father.
Oh, that was a quick one. That was good. Hey, what did you think of the meanness of Nancy Pelosi showing off? Now, somebody said, I think Hannah said, $40,000 freezer refrigerator, probably has a hotel suite in it too, while stalling a bill to fund small businesses and their employees, not rich people. Do you think maybe Nancy had a brain freeze?
No, she's just a moron. She's got as much brains these days as AOC. She's right there, right along with her. She should hold hands with her. She is actually doing her own self a disfavor. She's looking really, really bad. It will work against her. And she is thinking in her mind she's upper class because she can buy this ice cream. I'm sure you and me can buy it too, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not rich. I mean, she's just an idiot.
Yeah, but how clueless can you be? You say she's an idiot, and yet she is the third away from being the president, Speaker of the House multiple times. How could she be this stupid and be in that position?
Because there was a lot of stupid people in the United States that weren't really paying attention. Democrats and Republicans alike, okay? I'm serious. I think there was a lot of people that were not looking. This is serious stuff. The United States needs to stop and look at itself. We cannot go down this road. We need to really change the way the country is running. Listen, I am going to be serious here. Okay. I am diehard Republican. You know what? I'm just like you, diehard. But I don't have anything against Democrats. They just become morons.
Well, I kind of want to
no brains.
I kind of want to persuade them to go the right way. You know, I mean, look, you're not going to convince everybody. You're not going to convince most of them. But that we don't need most of them. We need a few of them, and I think they're coming around. A lot of people they didn't sign up to be a socialistic country.
No, this cannot be socialist, and I believe that a lot of Democrats, I'm serious, and I would like to extend a hand to them on your show today. We would love to have you Democrats on our side. We really would.
Okay,
we
Democrats.
Will not hurt you.
Okay, Democrats, everybody in who's listening to the show, put up your right hand if you are willing to jump over the stick and become Republicans. All right? Well, come on, raise them up higher. Okay, it's too hard to count. There are too many.
And we will be the first ones welcoming them, Dave, because you know what?
Absolutely.
This country needs to work together. A country cannot be run by just Republicans or Democrats. Honestly, the country needs to be run by both sides, and we should really respect each other. One side is in the president. We should respect that president. If it's a Democratic president, we should respect that president. What we should not allow anymore is this constant bickering and immature, childish 10-year-old grade action of being ignorant and just not talking to each other. We need to talk. It's for the sake of our country. Look right now, the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. This is a worldwide epidemic. It's not going Republican or Democrat. This is a non-party virus. It will hit anybody.
See, that's where I got to disagree with you, because the Democrats have made this a party virus, a partisan issue, where they can attempt, where we can attempt to save people, lives, and save businesses, save our economy, and the Democrats, pushed by Schumer and Pelosi, are trying to get socialism in at the expense of holding up necessary aid to keep our businesses and our employees with money. I mean, I see a complete politicalization of it.
Yes, and not only that. Look, let's be honest here. Honest.
Okay.
If Nancy and Schumer and all the Democrats were honest, they would be looking and saying, "Wow, the money under Trump was really flowing in. Now we're hurting the entire economy with our stupidity and ignorance. How about just stopping for a minute and uniting and allow the election to take place and let the best man win, or woman, or whoever? I mean, it's not going to be a woman because it is Biden, but you know what I'm saying. Make the best party win and stick behind the person that wins at the end, because our country cannot be run by partisanship or this ideology that we're going to be discriminating against each other or bad-mouthing each other. There's a time that we need to have respect. Look what China did to us. They were using us.
Well,
come on, no more made in China, made in USA.
Did to us and still doing to us and doing it to the world, but I think we were the number one target. I really believe that.
Amen. We were the number one target.
Yep.
I am sure our president is very aware of it.
He said he's aware of it now. So that's a problem for China, and they don't know what he's going to do. Nobody knows. That's the key to Donald Trump. You don't really know what he's going to do. And
you know something? Donald Trump is the best chess player I've seen in my entire life, and I don't know how to play chess.
He's the best president in
like
that
Rocky
regard.
On steroids.
Unless you're thinking about George Washington, going back all the way back to George Washington as a military leader, because the British didn't know how to handle him, and nobody knows how to handle Donald J. Trump. So there you go.
Trump has been impressive. Honestly, when I voted for him, I knew I was voting for one heck of a man. Now, he's just floored me. I have never seen anything like it. And I used to be.
He's the GOAT. The greatest of all time. Really is,
the greatest of all time. He passed Reagan. He passed him.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Reagan had some flaws.
Yes, and Reagan was amazing. But Trump is like you said. Exactly how you just said. It's amazing. It's something to watch, and he's not afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Of anything. And let me tell you, we cannot have a leader that is afraid. Actually, the only thing I get a little bit concerned is when these 4 years are up, who's going to be next? I'm hoping for somebody.
Well, we'll see. That's a long time.
Trump Jr.
Hopefully. Hey, Liz, you know the nicest thing that Lisa ever said to me?
What?
She said, I'm glad that we're married so I don't have to keep social distance from you. Isn't that sweet?
Oh, isn't that the sweetest thing?
So other than Dave Weinbaum, now that you've had your World War III with Twitter, where can people find you?
At your show, whenever you invite me, I'm here. And Liz Cabrera 55, and I love you all.
We love you
really
too. You
do.
know
And
that.
thank you.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. What, did you hear my last joke and you don't want to hear this?
Go ahead.
No, you're going to suffer with the rest of them. What does the religious leader of the apes call himself for short?
Oh my God, Dave. What?
Monk. He's the monk. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for laughing, Liz. That's very kind of you. We're kind of laughing here.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. All right, thank you so much. You have a great
Have a
weekend.
safe weekend.
And would you stay out of trouble for once, for goodness sakes? All right?
No. If I do that, I am me.
Okay.
Let's get into
The
trouble.
fiery Latina. You have yourself a Wunderbar weekend. Thank you so much. Okay.
Have a great one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. She's a lot of fun, isn't she? What a personality.
Man.
I found her.
Woo.
And
There
she
you
gets me
go.
credit for it, too.
That's right.
All right. Now she's a
You
big
heard
star in this show with Trip Elex. She does a YouTube show, actually. And Twitter, for some reason, has... I don't understand. She's very... For a guy who's looking at something to be excitable, her stuff is really good. I mean, it's pretty. It's like she's got a lot of colors in it, right? What are you looking at me like that?
You're used to the word excitable. I'm not sure what you're going after there.
Oh, get off the dirty mind stuff, okay? I'm beyond that.
Oh, honey. I'm sitting here looking at you.
Oh, please.
Shall I leave the room?
No, we need you to push the buttons.
Shall I get you a room?
All right, we need to push you the
Shall
buttons.
you get your own room?
This is my strange way of seducing her. You know, the show's almost over. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the day. Okay, we're going to take our last break. That'll clear the show for extras and for phone calls. So call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Of the multiple choices for investing advice, the Brummett team at Stifel is ready, willing, and able to form a plan to suit your needs. Member of SIPC and NYSE, the Brummett team has been in business for 30 years. Call 573-364-8930. That's 573-364-8930. My son Aaron and I are proud clients of the Brummett team.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit A1TechofRolla.com.
At Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, we're here to help with the Chevy Cares program. Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months on an all-new 2019 and 2020 Chevy Silverado 1500s, plus no payment for 120 days with GM financing. Also, we can work your entire vehicle deal online, and we can deliver to your door. That's right. Don't want to get out? No problem. For Phelps County residents, we'll come to you. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza online or at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla. Chevy, find new roads.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community serving.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, also streaming live on Twitter, linked on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Keep walking, keep on
Then they go to Davos. You're one of the first ones to actually report this. They don't tell anybody. And when they started to stop the traffic and the travel inside of China, they didn't stop it to the rest of the world. It took Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States, against his medical advisor's opinion, because they were going off what the World Health Organization said. It was Trump that stopped the international travel on the 31st of January. The blood is on the hands of the Chinese Communist Party and the world. For the Chinese people, the people of Wuhan and Hubei, the world must hold these people accountable.
Okay, I'm going to talk about some people that push the show. I don't have anything written down, just from memory. Stony Byrne and Gary out of Texas, and Liz is a great promoter of this show. I love having her on. She's a great interview, but also she really pushes it. So I was going through all this trauma with her last night when she was fighting for her survival on Twitter. So it was a very dramatic situation. And I also want to tell you that, I've always gone under the opinion that ideas are king. Their creators are paupers. It's not like that, though. I forgot it. Anyways, it's a quote, but it's important that we make suggestions. And I get some from my customers at McDonald's. Some are good, and others not so good. Well, usually it's get out of my way or something like that, or don't tell me what to do in the drive-thru. But one lady came in and she said, she's a customer who's been with me for a long time. Her name is Linda Schneider, and she says, "You know what? You don't have any trash cans available anymore." And I was just discussing this with my people, because we have this now pull-up lane in the front of McDonald's, and so we don't have the trash cans there anymore. We had 3 trash cans there, right? And we don't have the driver's seat being on the left side. This is America, by the way. You could easily get rid of your trash there. So we didn't know what to do. We were stumped. And so this lady says, well, what's wrong with that? We have an exit out to Kings Highway, a right turn only.
Right.
All right, and it's a single lane. And we had a trash can, but it was on the wrong side. So if you don't have a passenger that you can pass the garbage to,
right,
then you're out of luck. So
you're trying to throw it out the window.
We moved it because of her. And I saw her yesterday in the drive-thru, and I says, you know what? I think we need a plaque on the trash can to say that this is Linda Schneider's trash can, or just Linda Schneider trash. And for some reason, she didn't like that. Can you imagine? Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, so let's see. We got plenty of time, so call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And you know what? I think we need another session of The Cure. For they're trying all of these different kinds of concoctions. Some are have promise and some don't. But I think we've hit upon it. So if you give me the lime and the coconut, please.
Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for the dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for the lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she called the doctor, woke him up and said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I said, "Doctor, to relieve his bellyache." I said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I said, "Doctor, to relieve his bellyache." Now let me get this straight. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you called the doctor, woke him up, said, "Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take?" I said, "Doctor."
Now we're going to do a little exercise again. We're going to count to 10, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and I'm going to say, ready, go. I didn't say that last week, so I might have caught you by surprise. And I'm going to do it, 1, 100, or one Mississippi, two Mississippi, stuff like that. So, all right, ready? Take a deep breath now. You got to hold it for 10 seconds, all right? On my count. Ready? Go. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 4, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 6, 1,000. 7, 1,000. 3, 1,000. 8, 1,000. 1, 1,000. 5, 1,000. 9, 1,000. 8, 1,000. And finally, 10, 1,000. Let's hear it. Can we have some applause for all our audience that's still standing?
Okay, all of them that are still standing.
Yeah.
Oh, now see.
No.
I got it over here, right?
You got applause there? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, look at that. Now you're appreciated, and we want you all to be healthy. And we have some extras. I think we're going to play them. You think you're a little early for the song? You trying to get rid of me?
No.
So I think we play extra 1 and 2 together.
Extra 1 and 2 together.
Yes, sir.
We can hit it, right?
Yes.
Right.
Please.
February 24th. Now, remember, Trump put the travel ban in effect almost a month earlier. Okay, we're in the middle of a public health emergency. There's Nancy Pelosi showing up, publicity stunt, crowded streets, San Francisco's Chinatown, hugging, shaking hands with her supporters and encouraging everyone to go and socially undistance. February 26th. Yep, the Times ran another unhinged op-ed entitled, "Let's Call It Trump Virus." Well, this is the New York Times that doesn't like me. If you're feeling awful, you know who to blame. In March, fake news CNN said that calling the coronavirus Wuhan or China coronavirus was racist, even though fake news Acosta himself used the exact same terminology in January. On March the 2nd, there's Mayor of New York, Conrad de Blasio, encouraging New Yorkers to go out on the town and catch a play. Same day, Governor Cuomo said, well, excuse our arrogance, but this disease will not be as bad in New York as other countries. March the 4th, fake news CNN, Anderson Cooper, this is what he had to say about the virus. Let's pay attention to his timeline.
Half of the people in America do not get a flu shot, and the flu right now is far deadlier. So if you're freaked out at all about the coronavirus, you should be more concerned about the flu, and you can actually do something about it and get a flu shot.
The facts on the ground are the facts on the ground. They did change at different times. We have to concede, even with Dr. Fauci. February 29th was saying the risk is still low. March 9th, Dr. Fauci even said for healthy people they could still go on a cruise ship. But that statement never made it into this weekend's New York Times hit piece against this program. They hate all things Trump, all things conservative, and they hate Sean Hannity, likes Donald Trump, and says so on radio and TV.
Okay, that was Sean Hannity, and now we've got Maria Bartiromo, who is absolutely the best, I think. Oh, she's one of the best. I mean, there's a lot of them. Hannity's pretty good, and Tucker's been great lately. Don't have anything from him this week, but, it comes and goes. But let's play 3 and 4, please.
They did 4 things that led to the deaths of many people worldwide. I mean, first of all, the virus was spawned in China. Second of all, they hid the virus behind the shield of the World Health Organization. The third thing they did was basically hoard personal protective equipment, and now they're profiteering from it. And if you walk through that, you were one of the first in the media to raise the question of whether that P4 lab was involved. That's an interesting issue. What we know is that the ground zero for this virus was within a few miles of that lab. If you simply do an Occam's razor approach, that the simplest explanation is probably the most likely, I think it's incumbent on China to prove that it wasn't that lab. We know that for a critical 6-week period of time, China used its influence at the World Health Organization to hide the virus from the world. This was a time where that virus could have been contained in Wuhan. Instead, 5 million Chinese people went out from Wuhan and propagated the virus around the world. That was a critical time.
So that was that. And then here's what I think should be very disturbing to every American. During that period of time, that 6-week interval when they were hiding this virus from the world, China went from a net exporter of personal protective equipment, they are the largest producer of that in the world, to a large net importer. They basically went around and vacuumed up virtually all of the PPE around the world, including a lot from this country, which was, for humanitarian reasons, sharing our PPE with them. And what that did was leave people in New York, Milan, and everywhere in between defenseless.
Okay. I think we heard enough of that. I think we got 5 minutes to go. I think we just go and do it. What do you think?
Do it.
So you
Dave,
guys call the show.
it.
I will definitely interrupt myself for you. I mean, you've been listening to me ramble on for almost 3 hours now. And I do appreciate it, by the way. Of course, we had a lot of good interviews, and every once in a while Steve would or Lisa would pipe in and say something intelligent. So I always appreciate that. We have Missouri is now the first state to sue China. Senator Hawley was on this morning, and we talked about that the other day. And she said, well, what's going to come to that? And I said, probably nothing. But Hawley has a solution to that. He can have a law that makes them culpable to a lawsuit. So it's possible. It's possible. Colleges are going to be online. And the kids want refunds, and a lot of them aren't going to college this fall because they're afraid of the COVID, and they feel they're being ripped off online. So there's going to be a lot of adjustment in that world. A lot of adjustment at these major universities where nobody wants to gather there anymore. So how will people? Now here's a big problem we haven't faced. You know, oil has disintegrated, and we should have all seen this coming. Because why?
Surplus.
Because nobody's driving. The cruise ships aren't sailing anymore.
Surplus.
Yeah, we got a huge surplus. We've got ships out in the ocean full of oil with nowhere to go, because it's when it gets to be the point to where it's simpler to dump it than not. We got a huge problem.
Holy cow! Well, they don't want to do that.
I don't think so. It's still worth something. So it was actually negative worth.
Yeah.
They would pay you to take it. Amazing. All right, so the college is now online, and my question is this: already we have a reproduction problem in this country. It's barely above sustaining the population. I don't think this was a great thing for finding a mate in this. What are you raising your eyebrow for?
A great thing for finding a mate.
Yeah, for single people, for young kids. I mean, you know what? What are you going to go on?
This isn't a great time.
Are you going to go Match.quarantine? Okay, yeah, I found a guy on Match.quarantine. He seems like I'll take his temperature. See, it's not going to happen. The bars are closed. Steve, the bars are closed.
Hey,
so
I'm a happily married man here.
No, I'm serious. It's a serious problem. You're joking around. How are people going to find other people to marry and have kids with? I'm talking about the survival of us. I'm not talking about cheap sex like you used to do. Oh, I know nothing about that.
Not me.
No, it wasn't you.
It
always cost cheap. You a lot.
Must have been you.
So, okay. I didn't know how that was going to come out, but what the hell?
Put in that shoe, Dave.
What the hell? So who do you think is backing Joe Biden? Who do you think is backing Joe Biden?
What, the mayor of
China?
China.
I mean, they got Hunter bought and sold for $1.5 billion.
And who was the other little short guy running for president that bowed out? And I thought he gave him a bunch of money too.
Oh,
from New York.
Bloomberg.
Yeah,
Bloomberg. Who's also big with China. He's got a lot of business in China. He won't say anything bad about China. I think I don't see how they. That's a big problem for them, I think. I don't see it. I mean, from a lot of different angles, mostly from the enthusiasm angle. Who is enthusiastic about Joe Biden?
I don't know.
I mean, first of all, the guy's a creep. Second of all, he's got dementia.
All right.
You know?
Right.
And he doesn't, he's not a good campaigner. He likes to confront campaign people, his fans, and nail them if they say the slightest thing that disagrees with him. I mean, he can't draw a crowd to save his life. I don't see it. Do you? All right.
Not at all.
Time for the weekend to start. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have some fun. Go out. Be safe. But next week, the Dave Weinbaum Show will be on the air Friday, 9 till 12.
We'll see you then.